Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. So I'm here with you today in my new $10 million studio to discuss something with you. So we're about to reach 25,000 subscribers, which is just fantastic. I haven't ever expected myself to get this far, but we did it together. And guys, I just gotta say, I'm so grateful. Thank you for the opportunity that you've given me to grow the channel and expand on video creation ideas that I've been wanting to do. And there is plenty more content that I have planned down the road. I have an upload schedule that I'm creating. I'm trying to maintain it. It's just things happen sometimes, makes it a little difficult to stay on top of things just because I have a busy life outside of this YouTube channel. So I wanted to talk to you about something today, guys, just to kind of give back to you and tell you a little something about myself. You may have not known this or even recognized this fact, but I'm autistic. I was diagnosed at the age of 2 with Asperger's syndrome. There was just a lot of abnormalities with me as a child. Like, for example, when I was an infant, I never liked to be held. I just like to be in a dark room by myself in the crib. You know, I prefer to be as far away from people as possible, and I still show symptoms of that sometimes. From time to time, I don't like leaving my house. I don't like getting outside and meeting people. It just makes things really hard. So trying to create a channel and express myself on the internet has really become an outlet for me. It has allowed me to do what I want from the comfort of an anonymous account. You may know my name was Toby Mag, but that's not my actual name. I don't think I'm going to be revealing that for a while. I plan to keep that anonymous for as long as I possibly can. So as a kid growing up, it would just make things a little weird, a little strange. I never really noticed anything different about myself other than when I was in school. I didn't really have a group of friends like most people do. I didn't hang around kids. I was like that one kid sitting in the corner all by himself, just minding his own business. Social situations terrified me. I really had a hard time getting outside my shell, but thankfully because of my mother and to some extent my father and stepfather, everybody who helped raise me, kind of helped me learn to go outside my comfort zone a little bit. Especially since I know this because I can compare it to another person who has the same disorder as me. Growing up in the same household as another person who had Asperger's syndrome, my stepsister, while she wasn't actually related to me, I still got to see what happened to her when she wasn't pushed as hard as I was. Throughout my life, throughout my childhood, my parents always pushed me and helped me to learn what proper social cues are and how to deal with people in public. You know, how to talk to people face to face, how to make eye contact, how not to look down at the ground when I'm walking, just stuff like that. Like, I used to be that one kid going around the parking lot and at Walmart, walking around at Walmart, just have my head down. I was a weird kid, okay? Like, I almost got killed so many times just because of how little I paid attention to the outside world around me. It just was really difficult. But like I said, I didn't really notice anything different about myself in particular. I didn't even know I had Asperger's. But in school, I was in what's called the 504 program. Basically helped give me a leg up, helped me stay with the normal flow of students. You know, I was going to be in special education, usually for Asperger's syndrome or for any significant autistic diagnosis. You're forced to be in special education, not necessarily forced, because if your parents really think that it's the best option for you, they will put you in there. But my mother kept me out. She fought to keep me out of special education, and it really, I can't ever tell her how, like, thank you enough for that. It really helped me out. So I got to have a relatively normal childhood. You know, I had a lot of siblings. I grew up with 9 other kids. So that's another reason I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit, or was able to come out of my comfort zone later into adulthood, just because I had so many people to talk to about issues independently. You know, if one sibling gives you a bad day, you don't want to talk to them, you can just turn around and talk to another one. That's just how it's always worked in my household. But I gotta say, these last 3 years being on my own since I moved out, I'm 21 years old, I moved out when I was 18. It's definitely been a more difficult experience, especially getting into the workforce, because I will go from job to job. I worked a lot of public sector jobs in my life. So I would really just bounce around from job to job, and I never really got used to any particular social environment. It really affects me to this day. You know, I still from time to time experience the symptoms of Asperger's. While I don't know a whole lot about the disorder, I know that everybody who has it should be treated with respect as an individual. They shouldn't be seen as less capable just because of a diagnosis. because, I got out, I got my license, I work, I pay my bills, I do everything that a normal adult does, especially at this age. I just don't like going out and clubbing and going to social occasions. I don't like going to special occasions and meeting with a lot of people. It makes me rather uncomfortable, even when I go to Walmart or I'm in a crowded area. I just my anxiety kind of peaks a little bit in those moments, and it can be scary at times. There's some times where I want to have a breakdown and just give up. I don't want to do this all the time, but I tell myself I have to do it, because otherwise the only other option is living back with my parents until I get old and die, or until they die. And that's not something I want for myself. That's not something I want for my future. I have plans. I want to grow my channel and make it into something that I can be passionate about. I'm already incredibly passionate about this channel, all the videos we're making, all the good times we're having, the streams, everything. It's been a great success. And I can't thank you guys enough. You've helped me step out of my comfort zone in a way that literally nothing else except my parents helped me do. Now, I have a girlfriend too. She's fantastic. She's also helped in the last couple of years. We've been dating for 2 years. Longest relationship I ever had. And it's only through trial and error and failing in those social situations that I actually got an understanding of how to live a normal life. It's not easy. It's difficult as hell sometimes. I want to give up. I want to stop doing this. I want to go back, run back to my parents and live with them. And because I know things were safe there. But I know as soon as I do that, I'm going to regret my decision and ultimately end up in the same loop that I've been in the last few years. It's difficult. Now, the reason why I brought up my stepsister earlier is because, like I said, she also had Asperger's syndrome. And to kind of compare the way that we were raised, we were completely different. She was 6 years older than me. She's 6 years older than me. So right now, I think she's 27. She's a great person. I personally have respect for her. But because of the way she was raised, before even my parents met, my parents divorced when I was 4. My mom and stepdad met when I was around 6. So we kind of bounced around from place to place. And I finally met my step-siblings, and, they had a lot to offer. I still talk to them to this day. I'm an uncle to one of their kids. It's fantastic. I love it. But she wasn't raised the way I was. She wasn't taught proper social cues. So she still lives with her boyfriend. They're not married. They live in somewhere in Texas. I don't know specifically where, but I just know that she has a hard time because she didn't learn things the way I did. So it really just depends on how you're raised. Your parents play a huge role. The household you grow up in plays a huge role. If you have a stable father figure or mother figure, it makes things so much easier. Even though my parents split when I was little, I still talk to my father, and I'll notice that I'm a lot like him. We're really similar in a lot of ways. Our personalities are kind of similar. But one thing you'll notice about people with Asperger's syndrome is that they just get fixated on the most random things. They have to pour all their attention, everything, every ounce of their being into individual projects, individual little subjects. As a kid, this kind of manifested in my interests. Like, for 1 year, I wanted to be president of the United States. 1 year, I want to be a weatherman. 1 year, I want to be an engineer. It just went over and over and over again. And it just made it so hard to find a path to go down as I got older. It really depends on your own personal experiences, how you turn out. I'm so young, I'm 21 years old. I don't know how my life is going to end. I don't know where I'm going to be in 10 years, 20 years. I don't know where I'm going to be in 50 years. Will I have a family? I don't know. And that's the thing that causes me anxiety. People with Asperger's syndrome need a set schedule. They like to plan out their things every single step of the way. So there's so many things to focus on. You got a job, you got hobbies, you got interests, you got relationships. So you kind of have to put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to these things, because if you don't, you'll drive yourself crazy. You'll be stressed out. Your anxiety will go through the roof. And that's where my depression kind of manifests, because I don't want to get out. I don't want to push my comfort zone any more than I already have. So I'm kind of stuck. I'm sitting here smacking my head on the freaking wall here every single day of my life. And that's why I want this channel to grow. That's why I want to build a community with you guys, because it'll give me another outlet to pour all of my feelings, all of my heart, all my being out into. And just hitting 25,000 subscribers tells me that there's a possibility of that. For the longest time, When I started my channel back in 2018, so it's been almost 6 years since I started my channel, I really didn't have a lot of people who watch my content. I still don't. I still have a relatively small channel. I'm probably like 100,000th place for views or subscribers. There's so many people out there who pour their heart out in what they do, and that inspires me. I want to be like them. This isn't about my childhood interests where I wanted to be president of the United States, where I wanted to be a political scientist. I can't even remember everything that I wanted to do. And so that's why it's so great that I have this channel and that I get to be here with you guys. It's just, I'm very grateful for the opportunities I've been given. Everything that I've been given that most people with my diagnosis would never get. Some of them still live at home with their parents. In fact, millions of people who have this disorder may not even know it, but they feel stuck. They don't know what's going on with them. They don't know why they don't have these social relationships that they see everyone else having. So that's where they start to feel like, oh, maybe it's anxiety. No, it may not be anxiety. It may just be Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's isn't super high up on the spectrum. It's sort of one of the more mild diagnoses. So I'm not really sticking out too much by declaring, hey, I have Asperger's. It's just really neat that I get to share my experiences with people out there who are looking for what's in themselves. That's really all it's about. Now, I really appreciate you guys listening and being here in this journey with me on YouTube, and I hope you stick around. It really means everything to me knowing that no matter how chaotic I may seem, how distracted, how all over the place my mind can be from time to time, I could still come home and I could still make a video for you guys. I can still create entertainment, things that people enjoy. And every day that I make content, I kind of see what it's doing. People come to my channel, they watch my videos because they like who I am. And that's just the feeling that I can't get enough of. Not in a way where I want to, have all the subscribers, all the viewers and everything. I wouldn't care if I stopped at 100,000 and never got a single subscriber after that. Just because as long as I have someone out there listening, then I feel heard. Now, I know that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Nothing I've really said today makes any sense. That's just how it is. So yeah, I wanted to share that fact with you today, guys. I do have Asperger's syndrome, and that's why I may not have the same personality as a lot of other YouTubers you watch, just because I can't. I have to keep pushing myself to get outside of my comfort zone before I can even get to that level, and that's what I want to do. That's my plan. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, guys, and I really do appreciate you listening. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers, so if you could just leave a subscription or leave a subscribe, then that would really help. I really appreciate everything you guys do, and I wouldn't be here without you. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future, seeing your comments on my videos, just knowing you're out there listening. It helps. It helps me sleep at night. It helps keep me going. That's why at the end of every video, I say, if you want to see more content like this, leave a like and subscribe. It's not necessarily about the likes. It's more about the audience growing. I really yearn to have a bigger audience who can actually watch my videos, and it's only through persistent dedication. If I focus all of my energy, all of my attention, all the individual segments of attention, at least, that Asperger's allows you to have, I want to pour that into this channel and grow it. I want to grow it like it's never grown before. So I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.